Hello and welcome. Today's guest is Leroy Walker, who will share his journey from educator to entrepreneur. Stay tuned. Mr. Walker, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, during the course of the time that I was teaching school, of which I did for 13 years, one of my dreams was to be able to own and operate a business of my own.
Yes.
Once I had learned that there were some opportunities that existed within the McDonald's franchise arena, I chose to pursue it. I wrote the McDonald Corporation and I asked them about the acquisition of a franchise and what all I had to do to go through the process. They in turn wrote me back and gave me an opportunity to experience the golden arches, if you will. Essentially, I went through the classes of McDonald's, all at the same time teaching school as well.
Wow.
And that's one of the things that I want to make sure that, particularly for any other children that may be listening, you're going to have to go through something in order to get to something.
Right.
So there's a methodology that I used as it relates to I worked and trained to be an entrepreneur at the same time. So you got to go to bed late and you got to wake up early. You got to be the first one to turn the light on and the last one to turn the light out. So that's some of the philosophies about doing business. Once I received the information from McDonald's, they gave me an opportunity at a particular restaurant in St. Louis, which is where I trained, St. Louis, Missouri. I subsequently went through all of the facets of the training, and subsequently, once I finished the classes, I was able to go to Hamburger University.
Oh.
And there really is a Hamburger University in Oak Brook, Illinois.
Okay.
I finished the class in Oak Brook, Illinois, and was awarded a franchise in September of 1984.
Okay.
So I have been a McDonald's franchisee for now 22 years. 22
years. So how long was the class at the university?
Well, the class at Hamburger University is only 2 weeks.
Okay.
But what you do is you train in the store, and once you learn all of the mechanics, the operational pieces of the puzzle, then you'll be able to leverage that particular knowledge and go to Hamburger University and pull that all together. But it took me about 3 years. 3 years. To do it, working, teaching school, and going to McDonald's training at the same time. Typically, it doesn't take an individual that long, but I chose within my parameter to teach school and go to the McDonald's training at the same time. So obviously, it would take just a little bit more time. But it's worked a while in the long run. So
how long were you there? Was it St. Louis, did you say?
I taught school. I went to St. Louis after I graduated from Tennessee State University in 1972. I went to St. Louis where I taught school in the East St. Louis, Illinois school system. Once I finished that particular career opportunity, I was able to get a franchise, as I indicated to you, September of 1984. So I was in East St. Louis about 15 years.
15 years, okay. So how many McDonald's did you own in St. Louis?
In St. Louis, I didn't own any McDonald's franchises. McDonald's came to me in September of 1984 and said that they had an opportunity for me. And I said, where's that opportunity? That opportunity, they said, was in the Kansas City region. I said, oh, okay, well, I like Kansas City, and I think that my family would like Kansas City. Where in the Kansas City region? Well, they said Omaha, Nebraska. So my first franchise was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I started there, and I leveraged it from 1 store to 2.
Okay.
In February of 1989, McDonald's came to me and said they had another opportunity in the New Orleans region.
Wow.
And Jackson, Mississippi was in that particular region. and they gave me the opportunity to trade my 2 stores in Nebraska for 5 stores in Jackson, Mississippi.
Wow.
So that's how I got to Jackson, Mississippi. Well, essentially, once you go through the mechanics of becoming a franchisee, clearly they need to know exactly, you know, what are your financial worth is as an individual. So they did the due diligence on that particular aspect. Clearly, my wife and I didn't have any money. We were school teachers, and we hadn't saved a whole lot because we had just branched out into our particular careers. When McDonald's offered us it, clearly it takes money to get it.
Yes.
I was very, very tenacious in terms of my position, and I asked my wife to trade in her pension money from teaching, and I did too, and we put it all in one basket.
Oh, wow.
And subsequently, we were able to purchase our first McDonald's franchise.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. I made a promise to her, though, that she
Did
wouldn't
you?
have to work.
Oh, really?
If I was able to make this materialize. And
Okay, so you
it
kept
didn't make
it.
a whole lot of sense to her at first, but I think in the long run, she hadn't been disappointed.
Oh, that is wonderful. So when you came to Jackson, how many McDonald's did you start with?
I had 5 McDonald's franchises when I came to Jackson. Didn't know where either one of them was.
Are you kidding?
But I was able to maneuver and learn the community. I become a whole lot more engaged in the community in terms of learning the ins and outs of the community. A lot of good people in our community, and fortunately for me, I have employed quite a few individuals during the course of the time that I've been in business in this community.
Wow. So how does one manage 5 stores at once? I just can't imagine that.
Well, as a manager, and I'm sure that anyone in any particular position where they have to coordinate a lot of people, you get things done through others, and you have to delegate and follow up. There's a tried and true methodology as it relates to how do you make that happen, and you establish a manager at each facility.
Okay.
You have supervisors that assist you in terms of going around and advising and making sure that the nuts and bolts are in place.
Yes.
And then you reward them. Reward them, hold them accountable. All of those pieces are very, very important in terms of doing your day-to-day operation.
Okay. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Performance Insurance, Kim Hackett, owner. Phone 601-354-5466. Action Travel and Tours. Exotic Cruises, Caribbean Vacations. Action Travel and Tours. Phone 601-948-2096. We're back with Leroy Walker.
McDonald's teaches 3 things: people, product, and equipment.
Okay.
And the most important of all 3 elements is people.
Right.
One of the other challenges that I see a lot of businesses have today is insurance, the probability of being sued. I had one particular situation where I was sued for a substantial amount of money for what was considered negligence. Unfortunately, those are the kinds of things that you have to go through during the course of being a business person.
Okay.
The other pieces is making absolutely sure that you have enough capitalization to fund your particular business. McDonald's has an excellent model.
Okay.
Out of all of the franchises, McDonald's is definitely number 1. It's a Fortune 500 company. It has a lot of revenue, a lot of the advertising pieces that you may be concerned about in terms of running your business. McDonald's already have those models in place. So at the end of the day, it's a very good business, very good franchise opportunity. I would highly recommend that if you are a get up and go kind of person and you're interested in becoming financially secure, I think that franchise opportunity would be very, very good for you.
Okay, sounds good. Well, have you received any rewards?
Well, I guess the biggest reward is being able to become a little bit more self-sufficient as an individual.
Okay.
Yeah, you are your own boss, if you will. Nothing like rewarding yourself as an individual. The other rewards are what you're able to do in terms of helping and assisting others.
Okay.
A lot of children, a lot of my crew, a lot of my staff I have trained. A lot of them who have started their first job was with me, looking a person right in the eye, shaking a hand firmly, being able to count, being able to be held to a standard. All of those kinds of things go into building the worth of an individual as a citizen.
Yes.
The other rewards is all of the people that I've met, all of the people that I've talked to. I have been the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm presently part of the Convention Center as a commissioner who is being built. I was very, very happy to be part of a Martin Luther King oratorical art and contest for the Jackson Public Schools, where we award monetary dollars to children throughout the Jackson Public Schools system for their particular position that they take in the arts and in writing. And literacy as well. Yes. The other piece is my connectivity with the business community from the standpoint of the banks. As you know, I'm a director of one of the local banks here in town, which has really been a tremendous learning experience for me. Really? I could not pay for what I have learned from that particular experience. Also working with the Economic Development District in terms of getting businesses to come into the community. And talking with various boards of trustees in terms of where do we go from here in terms of our mission. As you know, I'm chairman of the board at Tougaloo College, which is a very, very exciting job, working with Tougaloo and working with President Beverly Hogan and all of the trustees, and working with the children that are coming into the college that are going to go on and pursue their dreams in life. That's beautiful. I'm also part of the Jackson State Business School in terms of an advisory board member. And all of those things really go into what makes up Leroy Walker, if you will.
Yes.
It's fun, it's dynamic, and even more so when we were able to start the 100 Black Men of Jackson.
Yeah, that's one thing I was surprised to hear, that you actually started that organization. Yeah,
I'm the founding president of the 100 Black Men of Jackson. We started right in my living room. Wow. I was able to solicit 25 men to come in. We got the charter, and we started the 100 Black Men of Jackson. Just happened to be the most dominating chapter in the 100 Black Men of America chapters, which is absolutely excellent. We always wanted to be there. We have about 130 kids that we're working with in and out during the course of a fiscal year. We're also giving scholarships to all of the predominantly black colleges and universities in the state of Mississippi. We do that every year, and very, very exciting. I think that the men in the organization are committed to working with the youth of our community. We're doing some other things in terms of getting some grants and some scholarship monies, whether we be able to do more, but there's still room for more. And
we're doing a lot.
We're hoping and praying that more individuals will become a little bit more attractive to that particular dynamic and give more back because to whom much is given, much is expected.
Exactly. Very good. Well, I understand that 100 Black Men has 4 main goals: mentoring.
Yeah, we have 4 pillars, 4 very, very critical pillars of which we surround our particular mission with. Mentoring is number 1, education, economic development, and health and welfare. Those are the 4 pillars that we, I guess that was a test for me, right?
Well, I had them listed just in case. Well, tell us about the roundtable luncheon that you have monthly.
We have a monthly educational economic roundtable luncheon where we bring in speakers to talk about the economy. We talk about the ills of the community. We talk about the image of the community. And we basically try to narrow it down to what is it that we can do as an organization to help bridge some of the gaps, connect all of the dots, if you will. Our next meeting is January 24th, where we're going to have the Clan Ledger. And we're going to have Ronnie Agnew and Don Hudson to come in and talk to us about the Clan Ledger. And the Clan Ledger is a very, very important element, in our opinion, to bridging the gaps in our community in terms of the readership and getting the people to become a little bit more involved. So we're going to talk about that. Clan Ledger also has invested over $30 million in that particular building in this community. So when you think about a $65 million bond that you were able to help to get for the Jackson Public School System, that's doing a lot of building. When you think about a $50 million bond that's been passed for all of the other elements that's for infrastructure in our community, and when you think about a $65 million bond that was passed for the convention center, and you look at what's going on with the King Edward Hotel, and you look at what's going on with the Standard Life building, you look at the courthouse that's being built. So you're talking about over $1 billion of work being done in the Jackson, Mississippi metropolitan area. I don't think ever in the history of Jackson has that ever occurred. And I think that it's something that needs to be noted, and I think we need to be talking about it and touting it a lot more than what we have been in the past.
I agree.
But we got to give more hope to the people in our community, more hope as it relates to diminishing crime, becoming a little bit more positive about education, and provide jobs for those. Because from what I've seen from my vantage point, everybody wants a job, and they want to be able to provide, particularly men want to provide for their families. And I think that once we shore up this particular posture relative to making sure that we got good paying jobs and giving people the opportunity to show their worth, I think that we're going to have a better community and a better lifestyle, a better quality of life for Jackson.
Well, you know, it sounds like you might have a career in politics as well.
Well, I don't know about politics.
Okay. Well,
I'd much rather be the kingmaker than the king.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, we're going to take a break right here, and we'll be right back. We are back with Leroy Walker.
From my vantage point, a formula for success can be a motto, a habit, a measure by which you're able to develop or streamline yourself in terms of what motivates you, what makes you prepared to do what you do every morning. My formula would be being prepared for what needs to occur that particular day. Being prepared would be, when you break it down into syllables or into words, then it would be PREP, which is prayer, respect, education, and a positive self-concept. So that would be my formula for success. I believe in putting God first in everything I do. I believe in an educational model where you be able to articulate, be able to talk about whatever the ills are or the issues of which you plan to embark upon. You definitely have to be respectful to individuals, white, black, blue, or brown, throughout all of the arena. You got to be able to bite your tongue sometime and not say something. Think before you react is always a very, very good formula that I encourage people to embrace. And feel good about yourself. Positive self-concept. If you don't feel good about yourself, how are you going to be able to motivate anybody? How can you go into business? You got to wake up every morning energized about whatever that you're doing.
Yes, exactly. Well, do you believe in the concept that if you do what you love, the money will follow? I've been hearing that a lot.
Well, yeah, if you do what you love, the money will follow. There's also an analogy that says if you build it, they will come. But also you got to be willing to put in place a model that would be acceptable for the people at that particular time and point in life. Why would you set up a shop to sell skis in Jackson, Mississippi when it don't snow? So make absolutely sure that whatever you're building your career on is going to be something that works in that particular setting that you're going to build it in.
Exactly. Well, that makes sense. Well, Well, how many boards do you serve on? You talked about some of them.
With me, I think it's about 12 boards that I'm on that I'm
boards.
really committed to. Obviously, 100 Black Men. I'm definitely committed to Trustmark National Bank's Board of Directors, Hinds County Economic Development District, Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm a commissioner with the Convention Center as well.
Well,
there are, being able to serve on those boards, you're talking about committing your time and your talent and your resources. Obviously, the Board of Trustees with Tougaloo College is very important to me, and making Tougaloo flourish has always been one of my centerpiece. That's my flagship quest in life, is to make absolutely sure that Tougaloo flourishes from now on. We're putting some things in place to make that happen. But it's what you have to do is you have to segment your time in such a way in terms of the priorities.
Okay.
And once you do that, you delegate the responsibility. For example, these boards that you sit on have executive directors or presidents or individuals who run. And what you do is you come in with your schematic, your ideologies, and you set those in place to assist them in moving forward with whatever the mission is for that particular board.
Okay, so let me recap those boards. You said Trustmark Bank.
Yes.
Tougaloo College.
Yes.
What were some of the other ones? Just a little more
I'm a commissioner with the Convention Center that's being built.
And what does that entail?
We're building a convention center in Jackson where we're going to be able to host over 10,000 people within that convention center. One of the things from a tourism standpoint is a lot of people would come to Jackson, but we would never have a particular place where we could house all those individuals in one spot.
Okay.
This is going to give us a chance to be competitive with the Mobile, Alabama, with the Birmingham, Alabama, with the Shreveport, Louisiana, with Memphis, Tennessee, and those kind of places, because now we will be competing with some of those mid-sized cities in terms of attracting fraternities, sororities, major manufacturing companies. Right now, the legislature is using it tremendously with the telecom center, which is absolutely good. But the long and short of it is, if we bring more people into Jackson and people begin to like it, then it begins to grow. We begin to build more houses. We get rid of the substandard housing. We fix the infrastructure in our community. And we make our community more vibrant, which is what we all want. And then your business will flourish. Then they'll come to McDonald's and they want more hamburgers and more French fries and apple pies.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, tell us about your new business venture. Your latest.
Well, I have a trash hauling company that I am a partner with Robert Gibbs and with Judge Banks, as well as Lee Bush and Joanne Jenkins. And we have some trash hauling units, and we're working on getting the contract with Hinds County where we'll be able to pick up the residential housing in Hinds County. And we're branching that out if it's the Lord's will. We're very happy about it. I'm also part of the partnership with the rebuilding of the renovation of the Standard Life building. With,
Are you really?
With Deuce McAllister and David Watkins and
right?
the HRI group. So one of the things that you want to do when you're casting your buckets and your lots in terms of your revenue, you want to diversify and invest in some things that you feel are going to have a lasting effect. I've always wanted to see the King Edward Hotel and the Standard Life building look a whole lot better than what they do. I go to church at Fair Street Baptist Church, and I'm a member of the budget committee there. And one of the things that we do when we leave church is we look right up, and the first thing we see is the King Edward Hotel.
Exactly.
And clearly we wanted to see that look a whole lot better. So we're hoping within the next 2 years you'll be able to see a very vibrant facility there that has been in disarray for over, I guess now over 30 years, because I have only been in Jackson for now 17 years, and it's been that way ever since I've been here. Yeah.
Well, when will the construction begin? When will we start seeing signs of, construction at King Edward?
You're going to see that now. There are
Really?
already some things going on right now within the confines of the King Edward. We're getting the financing model together, and you'll begin. In fact, during the Christmas time, we had a Christmas tree at the top of the King Edward.
Oh, did you?
So we're very excited about it. I'm excited about what's going on in the community. I'm excited about my business. I'm excited about my career. I'm excited to give back to the community.
Yes.
To be able to leave something for my family.
Yes.
Which is something I think the majority of the African American community want to do, is be able to have something of worth for their family. So I thank you very much for this enormous opportunity to present, and I thank you very much
for the pleasure is all mine.
Allowing me to ramble as I have been rambling.
No, you have been giving us vital and very, very good information.
Well, thank you very much.
Maybe you can come back again one day.
Well, if you choose to invite me, I will definitely come.
Okay. Well, I'll take you up on that. Thank you for watching.